If you want 2015 to be your best year ever, I hope you have not set any resolutions, because resolutions are worthless. Instead, I've got 3 simple questions for you to answer that will guarantee you have the happiest, best 2015 possible. Hi, I'm Ryan Masters, a Spartan Doctor, certified strength and conditioning specialist, here to help you on your journey of excellence. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, Sparta Strength. That way these videos come right to you. And if you find this video helpful, please like it so I know to make more for you. The resolutions themselves are worthless. Now, the energy behind it, as far as wanting to change and improve yourself and get better, that is not worthless. That's good stuff. So we're going to take that and harness it and just put it in a more actionable direction for you to make the positive changes that you really want in your life. And I think one reason a lot of people struggle with planning out their year and reaching goals is because they haven't come across a process or a system that works for them. So I want you to take mine, and it's 3 simple questions that I use to help plan out my year, so you can take them and plan out your year and make any adjustments that you need to make. The sad fact is, people spend more time planning out their vacations than they do their whole life, and that's just something that I don't want for you. So take this and let's go through the 3 questions. Now, I've created this document for you. You can just click on the link right below. It'll take you right to it, no emails or anything, and get started. So the first question we want to think about is, what we're doing instead of resolutions is setting goals. And what's important for the success of reaching a goal is knowing the why you want to accomplish it. The why kind of acts as a magnet, and it pulls you towards the goal and helps you get through the inevitable obstacles and frustrations that will come whenever you try to accomplish them. So we're going to start by question number 1 is, what happened in 2014? So before we go planning ahead, we need to look back and use that data to help us plan better for 2015. So look back in your previous year, and there are two things we're going to do. The first part is, for each month, all you have to do, and it's right here in this document, list one thing that you accomplished in each month, starting with January all the way through December. Now this is for you, okay? So it doesn't need to be some grand thing. It's just a personal accomplishment for you. It could be that you approached a girl when you were out. It could be that you started going to the gym one month. It could be that you lost 5 pounds or that you gained 2 pounds. Whatever it is, each month, a significant accomplishment to you. So we're not doing this on anybody else's scale. So write that down. And then the second part to this question, when we're looking back at what happened, is I want you to think back over 2014 in your mind and think about the top 10, and we're going to write them down, the top 10 happiest moments for you, or moments where you felt most alive, okay? And this is very, very important. So just think about, you just got to kind of, it does take some time, so you've got to think and be like, okay, when was I happiest? When was I most excited and felt energized? And write those down. There's no right or wrong answer. Again, this is for you. So for me, for example, so the number 1 for me was this past year. I flew my mom and sisters out to Colorado, which is where I live, and they had never been here before. So they came out, and one day I took them out and we went country dancing, and they absolutely loved it. And it was, we just had such a good time, and I was so happy, and I just really, that was a powerful moment for me, and I really remember it, and it resonates in my gut. So whatever it is for you, they're in there. You just got to think, it's not going to come in 2 seconds. You just got to sit and think about it. But think about those, and we're trying to find those ones that stir your gut, and you're like, man, I was really happy or really excited when this was going on, and write those down, the top 10. Question number 2 is, what do you want to feel or experience more of in 2015? So the first part to this question, now what we're going to do is take that list of 10 happiest or most exciting moments from 2014, review that list, and I want you to pick the top 5. So look at them and rank them. What was the top 5 in terms of energy level and just most priority to you, and then rank them from number 1 being the best to number 5, not the best, but just number 1 was the best, down from there. And then the second part is, now that you've got these 5, you need to step back, and again, this takes some thinking. That's the one part nobody else can do for you. You have to do the thinking. So sit down and think, okay, looking at these 5 happy moments and exciting moments, what are some common themes? Who were the people, were there people involved in them? Who were they? What was your relationship to you? Were you traveling? Where were you? What was the context of these happening? Was it you acquiring something? How did you feel? Noting this down is what's really important, because these are the drivers that are going to motivate you to pick goals that you'll actually accomplish. So again, going back to my example, Just looking at the first one of having my family out here and traveling with them, we got some themes: family, spending time with the family, traveling, exciting, kind of we went and did some new things, so doing some new things. So, and all my other top 5 happiest moments, it's very funny, they had very similar themes. So you will have something similar, and it's just your job to look at them and pick out, okay, what are these top themes and emotions that I'm experiencing from my top 5 happiest moments or most energizing moments. All right, and question 3 is, what are your goals for 2015? And now that we've done, you've done the homework or the research of kind of looking back at 2014 and seeing what motivated you, you can now pick some of the bigger goals for 2015 and feel confident and comfortable knowing that they're what you want to accomplish. So again, this is one of those things where you're not going to just sit down and be like, what's my goal? And boom, it's going to pop up in your head. That's just not how it works. Instead, you're going to sit down and you're going to write, 10 to 15 goals or things that excite you based on the list of common themes and 5 happiest moments that you just answered. So use those and write down the first 10 to 20. Again, this is for you. So there's no right or wrong. It's what feels good with your gut. I know it's kind of scary because you don't have somebody to say, hey, yeah, that's a good goal, or hey, that's a stupid goal. But part of this is a process. It's again, you have to do the thinking. That's the one thing nobody else can do for you yet, anyways. And so pick those top 10 to 20. Don't worry about, another thing that I think a lot of people get hung up on is like, well, I don't know how, I want to travel to Europe, but I don't know how to accomplish that. That's okay. We're not trying to solve the how right now. The only thing that we need to do is establish the what. What do you want to accomplish? We've already answered the why. Now we're picking what you want to accomplish. And you write that down, and then as the year progresses, you will figure out the how, okay? And the way you do that is by breaking the goals down into smaller goals. So look at, you have a year goal, break it down to a monthly goal, and you can break that down to like a weekly goal. A good saying I like to kind of keep in the back of my mind is, yard by yard, life is hard, but inch by inch, it's a cinch, right? So something, that's kind of what comes here. So you just break it down when it's challenging. So for part 1 of this question, list 10 to 20 things that you want to do, accomplish, become, experience based on the whys that we've uncovered in the first 2 answers. And then the second part to this question is, now, of those 10 to 20, pick the top 3, like the biggest ones that if you can only have 3 things accomplished by the end of the year, what would be the 3 biggest that you're able to look back and say, oh yeah, this was a solid year. Again, it's hard because there is no right answer. It's like you choose the answer and then you make the answer right, okay? So stop looking for the right answer, just make the answer right. And that's it. So you should be able to sit down and do that, maybe take an hour, 2 hours. You want uninterrupted thinking. You don't turn your cell phone off, no computer, no nothing, like go to a coffee shop or whatever, and spend the time to do this. Again, don't be one of those people that spends more time planning their vacation than planning out their life. You are the only one responsible for your life, and this is your opportunity to take charge of it and have a great 2015. That's why I put this together for you, because I want the best for you. So click the link, download it, fill it out, and if you want, you can send it to me. I'll read everything that's sent. I can't necessarily reply, but I'm happy to at least read it and see and know that you're heading in the right direction. And remember, no matter what happens, never retreat, never surrender, and keep moving.